thoughts right on. So I have some questions here from the audience. The first one is a question from myself, actually. You talked more about, if you want to fix America and the family lives and the economy, right? To fix the dollar, increase the value. Can you tell audience, and I don't know how many of them know, I don't know, how do you fix dollar, right? How do you make it more stronger?
How do you stabilize the dollar? Well, one, you don't have the Federal Reserve printing so many dollars. They've announced the other day they're going to do again. What the Fed does, and this will bore you, but it'll impress your friends at the cocktail party when you reel it off, is they do their operations through what they call the Open Market Committee. And what they do is when they want to create money, when the Fed wants to create money, what it does is calls up a money deal like Goldman Sachs, and the Fed says, we want to buy $1 million of treasury bonds from you. Goldman says, fine. They go to the bonds, and then the Fed credits, wires to Goldman Sachs $1 million. That $1 million comes out of thin air. Because it comes from the Fed, it is money good. Now, if they want to remove money from the system, all they do is they go and call up Goldman and say, we want to sell you $1 million of bonds. Goldman says, fine. They wire the money to the Fed, it disappears from the system. So what should be their guide? Their guide should be the price of gold. Or if you want to be sophisticated and try to win a Nobel Prize in economics, you can put together some confounded index of commodities. Commodities always feel at first when there's monetary disturbances, either an excess or not enough. And because they're cash or global denominated in dollars. So pick a price for gold. I'm being very simplistic here, but it absolutely gets to the essence. Say $1,000, because I think a lot of the price of gold now is anticipation of the Fed doing crazy things, which the Fed has always done in recent years. But pick $1,000 and say if, that's going to be the price of the dollar, $1,000 an ounce. It goes above 1,000, say 1,025. Everyone knows that's going to tighten up. It goes below, say, $975 an ounce, which means a 90-day moving average or something like that. Everyone knows you're going to tighten. Everyone knows what the rules of the game are. Why gold? Because gold is the one thing in the world that does not lose value. All of it that has been produced is still with us today. So the outstanding mining of gold each year is a small fraction of outstanding supply. You don't use it for anything except maybe if you're old, you have it in tea, you use it for jewelry or for something else, but it's not like wheat or corn or oil where you immediately consume it. So it's around, and so it's not perfect, but it's the best thing around. So you just look at the price, that'll tell you. And those of us who looked at these crazy things knew in 2004, when gold breached its 15-year average and went above 400 and stayed above 400, you knew, some of us knew, something bad was going to happen. We didn't know what, didn't know where. When something like that happens, you just know the system's going to go haywire, the money's being tampered with. So use gold, and we used to the early 1970s. This is nothing new in our history. We did it from the beginning of this republic, pretty much right through to the 1970s. And so I think one way or the other we're going to go back to it.
Thank you. One of the questions is, what is your favorite piece of advice for leaders?
Know where you want to go. Somebody once said, if you don't know where you're going, every road will take you there. And then the others are very basic. Being able to communicate with your team a vision so that people will sign on and not just have a 9-to-5 mentality. Have a sense of innovation. All the ancient leaders we've talked about were all innovators in their own way. Modern business leaders, successful ones like Sloan and others, Steve Jobs and others, have a sense of innovation. And then be prepared for crises. Stuff's going to happen. Personnel, always a constant problem. Personnel, even if somebody's good at something, they may be creating friction somewhere else, you got to deal with it. So innovation, crisis, sense of direction, winning trust, those are the key essences.